We're starting India first with images of the Indian Navy. The Indian Navy has had, viewer, what I'm calling a rescue rampage. The Indian Navy has been in absolute top gear for the last 72 hours, conducting rescue mission after dangerous rescue mission in the Gulf of Aden, the Persian Gulf, and even the Indian Ocean south of this subcontinent. The Indian Navy has warships deployed in the area on a war footing now because of multiple threats. There are threats from the Houthis who are sending drones and missiles to hit ships, but there are also threats from Somalian pirates who've been hijacking unsuspecting fishing vessels, 3 of which have been rescued by the Indian Navy in just the last 24 to 48 hours. The first ship was called FV Iman. It was an Iranian fishing vessel which had been taken over by pirates. The Indian Navy managed to rescue all of the people on board. The second rescue, which happened today, which has attracted a huge number of eyeballs, is the ship Al-Naimi. It's a Pakistani fishing vessel with 19 Pakistani crew members, and it was taken over by 11 Somalian pirates. The Indian Navy, in these pictures that you can see on your screen here, via INS Sumitra, a warship, boarded that ship and warded off the 11 heavily armed pirates, rescuing 19 Pakistani citizens, because that is what the Indian Navy stands for. Humanitarian relief does not see nationality. And finally, today, in a coordinated operations with the Seychelles Navy, the Indian Navy managed to rescue yet another boat, this time of Sri Lankan origin, in the Indian Ocean from Somalian pirates. So 3 rescues in 3 days means the Indian Navy has literally no time to rest, and all those decisions taken a month ago to deploy in a big way in the Arabian Sea, in the South Indian Ocean, in the Gulf of Aden and the Persian Gulf was really something that was happening for a reason. And today we're going to try and not just decode what these missions have actually meant for India as a rising power, not just regionally but globally. But I want you to listen now to what External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar said while hailing the Indian Navy for carrying out this furious series of operations. Listen in to Dr. S. Jaishankar.
The Indian Navy has deployed 10 ships today in that region. Because we got a double problem. We got a piracy problem and we've got a missile drone problem. If you look, even in the last few days, we actually, one of our ships, I think INS Vishakhapatnam, went in and extinguished a fire and rescued the crew of a tanker which had taken a drone hit. Today in the morning when I came in here, I saw that the Navy had rescued, it's interesting, it rescued Pakistani and Iranian fishermen from pirates.
Now, the reason why the Indian Navy especially made headlines today is because those who were rescued, the ship that was rescued by the Indian Navy today, happened to be a Pakistani fishing vessel, and 19 Pakistani crew members on board were successfully rescued by the Indian Navy, and 11 Somalian pirates were arrested. That's the people you can see in that picture. Their arms and ammunition were also confiscated. So many people are wondering, wow, India and Pakistan are at war. We don't have diplomatic relations to speak of, and yet here is the Indian Navy rescuing Pakistani folks on a fishing vessel. Well, we've made it very clear through our coverage, in humanitarian and international relief operations of this kind, geopolitical differences do not come into the picture at all. No matter who you are, whether you're Chinese, whether you're Pakistani, it doesn't make a difference. If you are to be rescued, you will be rescued and treated on par with any other person in distress in international